Hi, welcome back. I'm Janelle. This is brand Junkin New, and I am back with another haul of fantastic vintage finds that I've collected at thrift stores. And since it's winter, basically thrift stores and antique stores when I can find a great deal. So unfortunately, not too many yard sales, garage sales, or flea markets happening with the cold winter. Well, it just got cold winter, but not a lot going on, not as much going on in the winter time. So I've got actually a pretty big haul, and I'll probably chunk it out into a couple videos today and get it knocked out so that I can get it all put in storage. So everything you see here today is already listed in my eBay store. So if you go down in the description, there is a link tree that will take you to a button that will take you straight to my eBay store. So everything that you see here today, you will be able to find there, except for a few surprises at the end that I have to do a tad bit more research on before I can list. But I wanted to let you know that they are they're on their way, and I wanted to share them because I'm pretty excited about what I found. So let's get to it. So the first thing I have, did a little thrift store stop a few days ago. It was actually last Sunday evening. Just kind of jumped in the car with my nephew and his girlfriend and hit a thrift store that we knew that was open pretty late. So for those of you that live on the Eastern Corridor, I think they're pretty much, that's the only place they are. It was a Second Avenue thrift store. I know there are some in Maryland. We have one here in Philadelphia. I think they're kind of an East Coast thing. So Second Avenue thrift stores. I came across this little set, which was particularly interesting to me because this is not, so it's made by Shafford. It was made in Japan, so it's probably 1950s. It's called the Primitive Collection, and it's not like something you would expect to see, like a vintage find, but I liked kind of like the Midwest or Western theme. It reminds me of Colorado. And so it's this brown and white, the white base with the brown, and then it's a transfer, and it repeats itself. And I did find some other pieces online, like some platters and some bowls and some serving plates. This is just a cup and saucer, but you can see it's like a horse and then maybe like a coyote there on the side. And it's kind of, I liked it because it reminds me of cave drawings. So there you go, flip it around. So I thought that was neat, especially if you have like a Southwest or a Midwestern decorative theme going on. I thought that was pretty cool. So I picked it up because it's something I haven't seen before. And I usually do that. If it's something that's completely new to me, I tend to want to pick it up and find out more. So I think I paid $1 for that little set, and I think it's not worth a whole bunch, but I liked it because it's unique, and I think I listed it somewhere in the $8 to $10 range. Also a pretty neat find, totally different style. I found these cool, they're Vernon Wear by Metlocks. So these are 1970s. They are hand painted. They almost look like they're sponge painted. I don't know if you're gonna be able to pick up on that sponge texture there. They are a little bit brighter, maybe deeper yellow than what they're showing up on the TV, on the camera. So they're these loose kind of, I don't know, abstracty looking daisies. They do match. They're the same pattern, but they're not exactly the same because they're hand painted. So you'll see the outline is missing a little bit on this flower compared to the one on the other side because they're hand painted, so they're not going to be perfectly the same. But they're really cute, no chips. I picked them up. I loved the color, and they just are something that could definitely be used in a contemporary current kitchen, and I love the color of them, so I grabbed those. So these I paid, I think, $1 a piece for, and I think I listed them the $15, $20 range. I didn't find a lot of matching pieces online, but they would be really cute accents to a current dish set that you might have. So I picked those up. And then I found this neat petalware bowl. Oh, and I'm gonna forget it's a hyphenated name. McEvans hyphen something. They're not marked, and I've forgotten the name, but I did look them up. They are a thing. They're a real thing. There is a whole set of dishes. So there are plates, there are soup bowls, there are salad plates, the whole shebang. What I have is a 6-piece set. I have the large serving bowl, and you can see there's like a texture around the edge, the petalware. It looks like flower petals around the edge in the paint and the texture. So it's white milk glass with that pretty pastel, sorry about the dog, pretty pastel painted border. And then I have 5 bowls. So we have 2 pink. We have 1 of this beautiful like cornflower blue. And then there are 2 green. And these are also in excellent condition. So the paint's good. There are no chips, no cracks. I was happy to find the whole set. For the whole set, I paid $3.99, and I can't remember what I listed it for. Maybe $45, because it does have the serving bowl. So the serving bowl alone, I think was listed $25 or $35 in pieces that are similar. I couldn't find an exact match. And then the 5-piece set of little dishes, these were about $5 to $8 each when I looked at sold comps. So pretty little set, especially if you have pastel or milk glass going on in your kitchen. Just really pretty. Would also be really beautiful for a baby shower or a bridal shower. Just the colors are, I don't know, that kind of theme. So I liked the color on those especially. Also, I found this cute little thing I picked up. I actually got this at my hometown thrift store a while back and refound it. I often, in my hoard of thrifting finds, I temporarily lose things and put them somewhere and then find them later. And I've been renting out closets and like the buffet behind me and cleaning out kitchen cabinets and drawers and things like that. So I've refound a few things, and this is one of those things. So this is a hair comb from the 1950s. It's made by, and I'm not going to be able to read it in this light. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Anyway, Glamour Lift, I think it was. Glamour Lift is the company, and it's this adorable little hair pick. Let's see if I can. Pretty little hair pick. Focus on my camera is not very good. 2 little poodles. It's baby blue. This is plastic in the top, and then the metal hair comb. It came in a case. Fancy, fancy. Cute little hair comb, 1950s. Would be a neat little gift for a friend who's a hairstylist or has a hair shop. It'd be a cute little display piece for their shop, or their like little, what do you call their station? Be a cute little decorative piece. So good gift for a hairstylist. And I swear every episode involves a cat. So of course I have a cat. This one is so cute and so little. So this little tiny, and I got this at my hometown thrift store too, Swanks New to You. It is a teeny weeny little, I don't even know how to show it to you because it's so small and I want it to show up. I want all of it. It's a teeny weeny little kitty. So I think it's about 2 to 2.5 inches tall. With that cute little painted face, and she's playing a harp, and she has a little halo. And then on the back, she's got little wings because she's a little kitty angel. So this meets the market of all my angel collectors and all my cat lovers. Appeals to a lot of people. You could also use it as a Christmas decoration. You can't tell too well in this light, but she's actually, her little dress is like a shade of pink. It's a real pale pink. And then her halo and her wings have some gold accent, but the face paint's really good. She has an adorable face. It's not really, maybe if I don't know how to really work this camera stuff, so I'm still getting good at it, or trying to. That didn't really help, but really adorable painted face with some details. So you can see the little eyelashes and the little whiskers. Unfortunately, it's not showing up there, but I will take very good pictures and make sure that there are good pictures in my shop. So there's that little itty bitty kitty. Some textiles I picked up. So people like letters. I like letters. Like, I get excited, especially I have a unique name. My name's Janel. My spelling of my name is very unique. So I've always struggled to find things with my name on. And as a kid, I was kind of obsessed with it because I could never find it, and I could never have the things like, you know, a backpack or the little best friend pins with the names on. They never had my name. And so whenever somebody made me something with my name on it, I treasured it, and I have all that stuff. I didn't get rid of any of it. And so letters really appealed to me because I could never find my names, but I could find my initials. So I like letters. I think other people do too, because they can be really personal without having to match a particular style. So when I see letter things, I tend to try and pick them up if they're reasonable. And I got these 3 Varsity Letters. I guess they're chenille. Are they chenille? What are they called? They're like carpet. I don't know what they're... Anyway, I found these 3 at a thrift store for $1. I found a W in the gold and blue. I don't know sports and I don't know teams, so I don't know if this is important or special, but it's cool. So there's a W. I also have these 2 Bs. So I've got a big B and a little b. The little B is in like pristine condition. The big B, you can see, I can see from the back somebody hung it up with pins, but you can kind of see on the front too where those pins were. I tried like brushing it a little bit to see if I could lift it up. It could probably be done. But it's also not super, it's not super distracting. So I like those letters. I picked those up. I think I listed them like $14 a piece. The comps online were like 14 to 18, depending on the letter and everything. So one thing, everything that I put on my eBay, I list as best offer. So keep that in mind if you're planning to go shop at Brand Junkin New on eBay. Nearly everything I list best offer. So I tend to start high and then I can lower my price as I go. Or I always welcome people to offer what they think an item is worth. Doesn't mean I'm going to take it, but I invite you to make an offer. Next up, another textile. So I picked up another one of these. So I have a couple of these in my shop. These felt stocking kits. This one's put out by Bucilla. Is that how you say that? B-U-C-I-L-L-A. I know they make a lot of cross stitch and needlepoint kits. So this one, and it's kind of got a glare, but this one is felt. It's a white stocking with red trim, and it's got, I loved it because it has Santa Claus and Frosty together, and they're singing Silent Night. So they have the music lyrics there. It includes sequins, it includes beads, nope, just sequins. It has all the stuff in here that you need to make it except the needles. So originally it says it came with needles, but someone has removed those. But everything else is in here. So the felt's in here, and the felt is already printed with, you know, sorry about the dog bark. Hopefully I don't have to stop the video. Hopefully it gets it under control. Okay. Okay, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, it has the designs and everything printed on it. It's pretty, like, I guess if you could sew by number, this would be it. Cool little kit. Everything's in there. This I picked up for $1 or $2 and listed, I don't really remember, maybe $15 to $18, I think. Yeah. So another thing is, if you're a reseller and you're picking up Christmas stuff now, it's okay. Like, if you're just looking to make a profit, go ahead and list it. I sell Christmas all year long. I have like 4 Christmas orders right now. So if you're a reseller and you've been picking up Christmas items, I think it's okay to go ahead and sell them. I sell Christmas stuff all year long, so I list it all year long. So I list stuff as I pick it up. I cannot stand to have a bunch of stuff sitting in a box waiting for like some special time of the year. I might get like $3 or $4 more for it if I wait, but I'm not interested in having it sit around my house like that. So if I can move it, I move it. I paid $1 or $2 for this. I expect to get maybe like 15, so I'm still making a profit. It's not worth it for me to have it sit in a box waiting. So if you're a reseller and you've got some Christmas stuff, I say go ahead and list it. And it does sell. I sell Christmas all year. I sell it in the summer. Christmas, people like Christmas all the time. People who like vintage Christmas look for it all the time. So don't hold on to it. Just go for it. This I loved so much. I had no idea really like what it was about or why it existed. This is, I don't know if you say, I hear some people say majolica, and I hear some people say majolica, but it's that. So it's like this sculpted dimensional porcelain. It is a conch teacup on a clamshell as a saucer. It is stunning. I love it. It's beautiful. If it went with the design or style of anything in my house, I would keep it because it's so unique. I did not find a lot of comps online. This one does not have any damage. There's no chips, there's no cracks. The glaze is gorgeous. It's this beautiful green and brown earth tones. Green and brown earth tones. Very well done. The glaze is just, I love the glaze. It's beautiful. My most favorite thing about it though is the pop of pink in the inside. So this is 1950s. Pink was like all the rage. The inside is glazed in pink, and I love the way that it pops with the green. I love those colors together. Now the comps that I did find did not have the pink on the inside. So this for me makes it extra special. I think I paid like $3 to $5 for this. I remember like saying, okay, I wouldn't pay $5 for this typically. I did in this case because when I saw it, I was like, well, I'd never seen one of those before. And so I splurged a little, and I think I might have paid $5 for the set. This came from my friend Crystal's thrift store in Hughesville, PA. Swank's new to you. I currently listed it at, I think I remember I listed it at $55. So the comps that I've seen have sold were pretty high. So I started high, and we'll see where it goes from there. But it's got the Made in Japan sticker on the bottom. I don't think it's been used at all. It's super clean. 1950s. That's just so cool. I love it. I love it. You really can't even tell how pretty it is on the camera, but hopefully it comes out in the pictures on eBay. So that is currently listed. Love the pink. We did this teacup. Behind me, I'm afraid to move it because there's a whole pile of hoard back there that I don't really want you to see, but I do want you to see this cool picture. So this is, I don't know what this is called. I called it string art, but then string art to me is when they take the nails in the board and then run the thread around to create a design. That's not this. So I don't know if this is considered crewel. It is yarn art. So it is yarn in burlap. I'll pull it up closer so you can see. Some of the yarn is just simply like sewn in like needlepoint. There are some little knotted balls there. And then there's some that's like fuzzed up like a pom-pom ball. But it's these big like 1970s color scheme starburst. It looks like to me like Brown Eyed Susans it reminds me of, or fireworks. So it's brown, orange, a little bit of yellow. It's got this nice, this is a solid wood orange frame with some speckled black paint. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that exactly, but the color's coming up pretty accurate on the camera. And then on the back, whoever framed it was very proud. They did a great job framing it. It's got the dust cover, and then it has hangers for both directions. So you can hang and appreciate the art this way, which I like because this now feels more like fireworks to me because it's like sprinkling down out of the sky with all those little dots. Or you can display it this way, which to me feels more like daisies because they're Brown Eyed Susans because they're like tall. So I love this. I got this for $1 at a thrift store, $1. And I think I listed it, right now it's listed say 15 to 22. I don't remember exactly, but that's probably the range. But I love this piece. This is definitely do-it-yourself craft piece. Somebody was very proud of their work, and I don't think they did a bad job. So I like it too. It inspired me to bring it home. So that is listed in my shop, and it's really lightweight, so it won't be a beast to ship. So that should help keep the price down if you're interested in it as well. All right, so let me see that hoard back there. See all that junk? Let me put this back so you can't see it anymore. Gone. Magic. Okay. Next up, and I find these every once in a while, I have a globe. This one came out of my friend Crystal's shop as well. So this vintage globe, it has a metal vase. It has this metal measury thing. If anybody knows what this measury thing is called, can you please tell me? Because every time I list a globe, I just put the measure instrument. I mean, I know I could Google it, but I just never do. So if you could just put it in the comments if you know, that would be super helpful. And then it's got this other measure thing on top. They're both metal. Now, it's not in the best shape. So this globe is, it's dried out. The paper's very dry. The glue behind it has dried out, so it's started to like lift and peel in some spots. Here, there's a crack. But the color is still magnificent. And I think my favorite thing about vintage globes is the color of them. So this vintage color scheme with the blue and the pink and the yellow and the chartreuse. Just the shade of the water is like screaming vintage. So I like best about vintage globes the actual color schemes of them. So this has that cool retro color scheme. It's still a great decorating piece. I don't think you would want to use it for geography homework with your kids because I'm sure there have been lots of changes have taken place since this bad boy was listed. I couldn't find a date on it. I'm going to guess like 1960s. And let's see, what else do I want to say about that? I mean, it's not in perfect condition, but it also, some people are taking these apart and making lampshades out of them. That would be a cool project for this as well. So yeah, so I have that one globe right now. Now, the things I'm most excited about for this video, I've been holding on to these for a minute. So there is a tiny little thrift store. It's a church thrift store back home in one of the towns near my hometown. And I was there one day with my sister. There was a plastic pencil case. We opened it up and it had all these little interesting felt little toy dolls in it that were on metal sticks. And we were like, what are the metal sticks about? We don't get it. We hadn't seen them before. They were kind of expensive. So it was like $16 for this little plastic, like a school pencil case with these little dolls thrown in it. And I thought, well, $16, like that's weird. Like, why are they so expensive? And so I thought because I hadn't seen anything like it, here we go with that again. I picked it up because the curiosity got the best of me. I couldn't find anything online while we were in the store and I didn't really want to take the time to look. So for 16 bucks, I took a chance. And here's what I found. So one of the things that intrigued me and made me buy them was that they were made in Germany. And so most things that are made in Germany are well done and desirable. So what we have are these little BAPS. They're puppets. So they're puppet dolls. Edith von Arps is the woman who invented and designed and made a lot of these little dolls. So here's the story. She lived in Germany during the war. She lost her husband. She lost her sons. She had to find a way to support herself. And so she started sewing these little miniature dolls and selling them as toys, and people bought them. The soldiers loved them, were buying them, a lot of them, and sending them home to their children. They became very popular, so popular she couldn't keep up, and so she had to hire other ladies to help her make these little dolls. And so she did, and she was business-minded, made a smart move, started making them in droves, and I mean not droves because there aren't very many around, but started making more of them and selling them, and here they are. So they come on these sticks. Here's a little, I think she's a princess. Some of these I don't know, I haven't been able to find online. There are not very many comps at all. These are pretty sought after and hard to find. This little princess, you can see, has these little tiny detailed hand-painted faces that are spectacular. And these are all hand-sewn. And when you see them in real life, you won't even believe how small these stitches are. I mean, these are teeny tiny little hand-stitched pieces. The stitches are so little, I can't even believe it. So this one has blonde yarn hair. She's a little princess. She's got this little vinyl overlay. She's got some tatted or crocheted, like, what do I want to say? Embellishments on her dress and down at the bottom of her dress. They're all on these little cardboard feet, and then they're on these metal sticks with bases, so they stand up by themselves. But then there would be a stage that was made for them. They were made out of paper or cardboard, and it would have a slit across the top. And so you would slide the puppet into the slit, and then they have spring-loaded feet, and so as you moved them across the stage, you see, they would bounce up and down on the spring, excuse me, on the spring in their legs, and it would look like they're walking. So she is actually moving on her spring. Very cool, right? And like I said, spectacular detail and craftsmanship. These are stunning. So this is a princess. This, I don't know how to identify him. I don't know if he's just a man, or if he is like, there are some circus pieces, so is he part of the circus? I don't think he's the ringmaster, but he's got these long tails in the back, little plastic hat. hand-painted face. He also has the legs, but he's got one loose leg, so he really looks like he's walking when he bounces. Very cool. So there's that fella. Now I paid $16 for 5 of these. Here is the little dog. So it's a little white dog, and usually they were sold in sets as storybook characters. So there would be like the 3 Little Kittens. There would be, let me think, I'm drawing a blank now. Hansel and Gretel's one of them. Little Red Riding Hood, the 3 Little Pigs. I don't know what set these are coming from, but here is a little dog. There's his little head. And you can see, like, if you, oh, I wish the camera would pick up on it. I have to get a better camera. His little mouth and little tongue and little nose is hand stitched on there. And then he's got these tiny little bead eyes that were also hand stitched. But again, he's spring loaded. You can see there's a little white dog. I've got a mouse with the tiniest little, oh, it's not gonna come up. But yeah, there they are. The little whiskers. The tiniest, oh, it's not going to show, but there's tiny little whiskers on his face made out of thread. He's got this long ratty tail and a little flower in her hair. A frog. So this frog I have not seen in any of the posts I found, either the ones just people sharing their collections or advertisements. I just haven't seen a frog, but I can imagine it would be like the Frog Prince or something like that, but there's a little frog. And then I have a clown. So this is a circus clown. I found one similar, the sad one, online. The other thing, he's got crazy arms. I forgot to mention, they have posable arms. So they can, their arms can be posed around. So here's this clown guy. And he's also got the spring-loaded legs. So these are called BAPS. They are BAPS puppet dolls. The company that she created also made just dolls, miniature dolls, made out of felt, these little felt dolls. And then there were some that were puppets. So the ones on sticks are puppets, and they go with that stage that I talked about earlier. And then there are some that are just dolls that can be played with without the stage. Big score. Each one of these is worth, at minimum, $45 a piece, around there. Some worth much more. So the frog I haven't seen, so I can imagine he can be worth much more. And I've seen other pieces go for some comped sold listings that went for a lot more. So my $16 paid off. So this is an example of sometimes it pays to just take a risk on the thing that you're just like, what the heck is that? I've never seen that. That's cool, or that's weird. Pick it up, take it home. I've had these for a while. So these have been sitting in the corner of my dining room for a minute because I just wanted to collect as much information as possible and score. So I've got what, like maybe about $300 worth of puppets here for $16 investment in a plastic kid's pencil case at a thrift store. So you just never know. But if you have the extra, it pays. I mean, you got to put money out to make money. So take a chance. The very last thing I have that is along the lines of this this doll stuff is this awesome ornament. So this is a cotton batting ornament from either the late 1800s to the early 1900s. It is made out of cotton batting. So this is the stuff that we would fill pillows with and stuffed animals. What they would do is take it, wad it all up, and form it into shapes and make these little ornaments. This one is a clown. It is also spectacular. So I have seen some comps. What you'll see wadded up batting with a paper face attached of Santa Claus, or I've seen a lot of Santa, a lot of angels, a couple clowns. This is a clay face that is hand painted with some spectacular detail, and you won't even see all the detail in this camera because it just won't focus like we want it to. But it's got spectacular face paint, absolutely no damage to that face. This is a clay face on this cotton batting. It's got a chenille little trim. This is like a chenille pipe cleaner around here. This little collar is made out of delicate tissue crepe paper. And then he's got wire inside so that you can arrange his arms and legs. Now down here, the wires come out of his leg and somebody just kind of wrapped it around, and I'm okay with that because he's like 100 and some years old. So if his wire wants to pop out and be wrapped around the outside, I'm cool with that because he survived. So this little fella, I found a similar one. I found a couple similar ones. So I found another with a clay face with like barely any paint. It's just got like eye smile, calling itself a clown. And it's listed, not sold, for $117. Then I found a Santa Claus with a clay face that sold for $475. So this one I'm going to sit on. This is one of those that I might sit on until Christmas time because it is a Christmas ornament. It's antique. I think I'm gonna just put him somewhere safe and look for more information because I couldn't find this exact guy. I just want to know more before I list them or keep them. So I haven't also decided that. I also have not decided that. So again, so looking for batting cotton ornaments, cotton batting ornaments, all wadded up. Sometimes they call them wadding ornaments, W-A-D-D-I-N-G. But they're easiest to find if you look up antique batting, B-A-T-T-I-N-G ornament. And like I said, most have a paper face. This guy has a little sculpted clay face with a ton of detail, spectacular face paint. So I'm going to hang on to him. But if you know more, I'm sharing him because I want to try and gather some information. If you know more, please share it down in the comments. Same with the BAPS dolls. If you can identify some of these and help me identify them, because there's such limited information out there, I welcome whatever you know, please share. So share down in the comments. And I guess this one, I just haven't decided. The BAPS dolls I'll probably put up for auction on eBay sometime in the near future. This guy, I'm undecided because I just don't know enough and I haven't seen enough and learned enough yet. So there he is. Creepy and cool all at the same time. So that is everything for now. I'm probably going to try and squeeze out another video before the sun goes down. I'm working on investing in a nice little ring light for myself, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So for now, I'm going to say goodbye and have a great rest of your day or evening, and keep it easy and keep it breezy. Thanks for watching.